Hi guys, my name is Daryl. Today I want to show you a great technique. This is called the pause and contract technique. I've shown you other techniques in the past, and this is just another one that you can add into your training. It's just another way of breaking out of a plateau or a rut. A plateau and a rut just means that your body is just not getting that stimulation that you maybe once had when you first started doing the exercise. For example, if you're doing a chest press, and at the very first, stages of that exercise, if you haven't ever done it, or if you have taken time away from it and gone back to it, you're going to get a good pump. You're going to feel the blood. You're going to feel like the resistance and the struggle, and you're going to feel good. That pump might last a few hours or even a few days after you work out. I mean, it all depends. But and then after a while, that pump and that stimulation kind of decreases, and then you're not going to, you feel like you're just kind of fighting the resistance, but you're not getting any result. And that's what a plateau does. It's like, doing the same old thing over and over, kind of rote, and it just becomes boring, and there's just no connection, no mind-muscle connection anymore, and it just becomes, like you're just wasting time. So all these little techniques that I'm showing you are just ways that you can kind of blast the muscle into new growth patterns and get new stimulation to that area, even using the same exercise. This is a technique that I learned from Vince, along with all the other techniques, and that's what really kind of opened my eyes when I started training with Vince. It wasn't about just powerlifting. It wasn't just keep adding weight to the bar to the point where after a while you're not going to be able to lift any more weight. The muscles are only going to be able to respond and to lift so much weight. But if you're at the beginning stages of training and you're slowly progressing, you're going to start seeing a pretty good result, and you're going to get to that point where you're going to hit that end point of your lift. There's going to be only a certain amount of weight that you're going to be able to lift over a period of time, and then after a while, you have to do different techniques. You have to do different things, because it's not just adding. Otherwise, I've been doing this for 40 years, and I'd be, by now I should be benching 1,000 pounds, and it's just never going to happen. So, I have a certain weight limit threshold, and that's that for each muscle group, from every lift that you do, and there's just only so much you're going to be able to get out of that exercise. And so what Vince taught was, it's taking the same exercise and changing it up with different types of techniques and systems, so that you're constantly stimulating the muscle. You're changing the growth pattern by breaking out of a rut and a plateau that allows you to get more stimulation. So it makes the exercise exciting to do again. It helps connect the mind-muscle connection. And so you're just more engaged in the exercise. And that's what this does, and that's what all these little techniques do. And that's the great thing about Vince. He was such a genius in all of his methods, that it was about keeping you away from adapting to the exercise and constantly pushing the body and the muscles to a different form of intensity. And through these different systems, that's what you get. And so this is a great technique. It's the pause and contract system. And so the thing is, you're not going to be able to use a lot of weight with this system. And it's great for guys that have home gyms, great for guys that go into the gym and, you don't have a spotter. And it's just something that you can do, because again, you're not going to be able to use a lot of weight. You have to leave the ego at the door, because it's not about lifting tons of weight. You're not going to be able to. You're going to be surprised at the intensity of this system by just using, a much lower weight. The guys in the gym might laugh at you, because here you go from lifting 400 pounds to almost lifting like maybe 135 pounds. But this system is it's so intense that there's no way you're going to be able to use a lot of weight. And so here it is, guys. This is the pause and contract system. And so now, guys, I want to show you the pause and contract system. Now, I'll be doing it on an Ed Jubenville incline bench press. This is a 1960s bench. It's still a really good condition. It's the original upholstery. And so I'm also going to be using my square barbell, and I built this bar because it just feels better in my hand. There's a couple of reasons why I wanted to build it. Was one, the way my hand, if you make a fist, it's not completely a circle. It's almost like a little square with the way the joints, the way the bones are positioned in your hand. So it gives you a better grip when the bar is square. So you can push off the bone support of your hand, rather than having to just, when you do a regular barbell, the round barbell, you hold on to the barbell and it gets a little bit more, you don't have as much stability. I mean, for me, I don't have as much control. And so for me, when I grab the bar, it just gives me a great grip to hold on to. And also, it takes a lot of the stress off my wrist. Sometimes when I'm holding is a regular round bar, that's like a regular Olympic bar, it's a little bit smaller in diameter. It feels uncomfortable sometimes for me. It can put a little more stress on the joint, puts a little more stress on my wrist, and it's just a little more uncomfortable. Because when I'm in the exercise, I can push, so I'm not really holding on with my fingers. I'm actually pushing. I'm using my bone support with my thumb here, and I'm pushing up. And so it just gives me a lot more stability, and I feel like I have more leverage than just a regular round bar. So that's why I love using the square bar. And again, it's nothing, that I sell or anything. It's just something that my own preference. So it's not like I'm trying to change anyone's philosophy about bars or anything. It's just something that I use, and it just works for me. So that's why I use the square bar. That's why I built it. Anyways, so the way this system works is you're going to come down, and we're going to hold the bar about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch off the chest. You don't want to rest the bar on the chest. You just want to keep it off the chest just a little bit. So it's going to keep the muscle in synapse, and it's going to keep the muscle engaged. So you're going to come for 1 second. And then we're going to go up 1 rep, going to come back down. Now we're going to go in the same position. You're going to count for 2 seconds. So it's 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. And then we're going to go 2 reps. 1, 2, and then you come down, and we're going to hold it for 3 seconds. And then we're going to do 3 reps. 1, 2, 3, and then come back down. And then you're going to hold it for 4 seconds. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then come down. We're going to hold it for 5 seconds. And then you're going to go up and do 5 reps. And that's going to be 1 set. And then you end up doing this 5 times. Complete. So it's a killer. So let me demonstrate. One 1,000. You don't want to completely lock when you're up top here. You come back down. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. 1, 2, then come down and hold it. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Do 3 reps. 1, 2, 3. Come down and hold it. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then come down. Hold it. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you do that entire sequence 5 times. And you can even do a little, if you wanted to do more, you could try going, if you want to do more than 5 reps, you can do 6, 7, or even 8. The intensity increases as you go higher in the rep count. And the cool thing is that you're not turning the muscle off at any time. So when you go up, you're going to keep the arms just slightly bent, so you're not going to fully lock out. And then when you come down, you're not going to rest the bar on your chest. You're just going to keep it off about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch. And you're just holding that intensity. It's like isometric contraction. So you're going to get 3 contractions with this exercise. And that's because when you're coming down, you're working and going slow. You're working the eccentric contraction. Then when you hold it, you're working the isometric contraction. And then when you push it back up, going into the concentric contraction. It's awesome because as you kind of do this, you can really get into the exercise, and you're much more focused. You're not just bouncing it off your chest, and you're not just throwing the weights up. There's a purpose behind this, and the challenge is, you can go more than 5 reps. Again, do this on any exercise. You can do on bicep curls are good too, where the bicep curl would be, so you'd come up and you'd hold it up here. That's your isometric. So it'll be 1,000, then you come back down and then go up, hold it, 1,000, 2,000, do 2 reps, 1, 2, and then hold it, and then 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, then back down, 1, 2, 3, hold it, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, then back down, and you keep doing that, and that's a great pump too, so you can give that a shot. So I like doing it on the incline chest press because I'm lifting by myself, and I don't have to worry about someone spotting me or worry about the bar coming down on me and I can't get it back up. Or, I can rack it pretty easily because I'm in total control of the exercise, but the intensity of the exercise is really magnified by doing that cadence of holding it and then doing those quicker reps and then holding it and then building your intensity up as you're going. And so you kind of gauge how far you want to go with it, but it's just a great technique to use, something that you can incorporate right away. So I know that after you do the exercise, your muscles are going to feel really full and pumped up, and you're going to have that. It's a wonderful feeling. Then you'll be able to walk around the rest of the day just feeling like you really accomplished something, and that's why we do this stuff, because we love that pumped up feeling and knowing that the muscles are really have been supercharged. I just love doing these types of techniques because it's exhilarating for the training, but also to the muscle that you're working. It just really feels like you're really engaged, that mind-muscle connection. That's why I love doing these exercises. And so there you have it, guys. That is the pause and contract system. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, you want to send me an email, you can ask me anything. I'll try to answer it as best I can. You can find my email on my website. It's www.darylkeller.com. Guys, I want to thank you very much for watching. Take care. See you next time.